Hello, 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 hello. Hello guys, welcome to another video and I just want to get straight into the markets. So, first of all, right, we want to start out with CHJPY. By the way, today is basically the second day in the markets, just to show you a lot of military stating facts here. You can see here we have Oh, that's the day. My bad. We have 3 days, 20 hours until the candlestick close, right? The week candlestick close. So basically, this is second day in the market, right? And we're 4 hours in. So let's get into the market. Now, CHFJPY, we did state that the fact, we did state the trend and support on this trend already. We did say the fact that this trend is bearish, in my opinion, and then we break below the references, so we can take a sell on the weekly and the daily. They said and show this pattern, and the 4 hour time frame, we need a pullback to enter. Legit, that's it. We literally said all of that, and we got that. But sadly, we weren't a part of this trade. Sadly, I missed out on some profits. I missed out on this trade because I was not around when this happened. My alarm for this trade was literally at that area. Let's show you what CJPY. My alarm was literally at that area when it came back for a pullback, right? And then as you can see, when it came back, like when it came and then became an engulfing, right? Which is basically even start formation as well. We then had that alarm right there. See my alarm right here? So that means my alarm got hit because I was notified, but I was not around. So that's what happened. After the 1 hour engulfing, came up for a pullback, and from there, it basically sold off. You know, I saw all of this, but I literally just was not around, and that's hurting, man. But yeah, we missed out on a lot of profits. Not really a lot. It was like pretty much I wanted to. And we could have made like we basically could have been finished with the challenge already. So yeah, we missed out on that trade. Now let's get to the other markets before I actually end it for now. So as you can see, guys can see GPNCD is actually going down. So we're not interested in this trade anymore because of the fact that it's not playing out in our favor. That's GPNCD. CAD, JPY, right? Which I wanted a rejection from this F interest, which is also basically a head and shoulders pattern. Not very ideal, like CHJPY, but yeah. And also, we're not getting what we want from this trade neither. So, yeah, that's also a trade that we're not interested in at the moment. Your AD, this trade, on the other hand, right? What we're saying about this trade now, let's see the trade. Okay, we're saying that we want to take this down to the downside, right? So you can see in the weekly where we're actually bearish. Then on daily, we're actually I said bullish and we actually are bullish. Right, but we're below the earth interest, so we should be can take share the downside. Now, on the 4 hour time frame, can see that we're here within this earth interest where we are consolidating. But what I would want is for price to break below this earth interest once again and we test it because are there some type of strong breakout because at the same time we're not above the F interest, but at the same time I don't like the fact that we went kinda above the F interest. You know what I mean? And then we're in the middle or we're consolidating in the middle of the F interest. So I don't really love that. So therefore I need a strong break from this area to the downside, then I'll be able to enter the trade. Because they did close pretty nice, you know, we got into a continuation to the downside. But where the 4 hour is, where the 2 hour is, I don't really like it. So basically, I want something like this, engulfing like that to take this trade. So I'm gonna set my alarm somewhere right out here to be interested in this trade. So that's pretty much what I was waiting for there. CHJPY, I'm not really interested anymore. And as I said, this was my TP area, and you can see that it's basically rejecting from this area. I don't know. Probably it's going for a pullback to have the continuation to the downside, but I'm not interested because to me the move has already happened, and I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Okay, GPAD. Let's get into this one. Um, yeah, so we're saying that we have, we're if I'm butting regarding to this, we're saying maybe we could take it for a buy, we could take it for a sell. But as you guys can see, the daily candlestick close pretty much like how the Euro AD candlestick close, right? So not much of a difference. And then on the 4 hour time frame, basically looks like we're having the same thing as Euro AD. It's just like these are creating more structure than Euro AD. So Euro AD is more consolidating, while this is more creating structures. So what are we looking for once again is actually typical just a break, maybe I wait for actually a break and a retest to enter this trade. Because as I said, the trend needs to be in our favor, and so far it is not. So I don't know, probably just still wait on this day to actually close as an engulf below the air futures as well. I think that would be the better choice. So let's forget about what I just said. Now this trade is I don't know what to say about it, but yeah, I'm gonna be more patient regarding to this trade because I don't like how the daily close in a way that's telling me, oh, price wants to go back up into this interest to have that push to the downside probably like on Wednesday or Thursday. And then the 2 hour is not really giving me much of any indication to sell this neither because this structure is pretty much ugly in my opinion. You can see here bearish, bearish, bullish. It's not really giving me anything to say, okay, we can sell this trade. It's not really giving me any reason to sell this trade at the moment. 4 hour is also trash. So no reason to sell at the moment. So therefore I'm not going to be selling. Don't really see any good reason to sell at the moment. So that being said, we're gonna just sit and forget. Maybe we can get a trade. Maybe we will not get a trade this week. I don't know. But for now, we're gonna continue to sit and forget.